Hello? Is this Caroline's number? Sean shared it with me. I'm Audrey, Sean's sister.
Oh, hey, Audrey. Sean mentioned you. It's quite surreal that we're going to be family. Is there something specific you want to discuss with me? I'm really excited to get to know you and the rest of Sean's family better.
Let's not beat around the bush. I have no intention of getting to know you better at all.
Oh, did I do something to upset you?
I'm only contacting you because there was something I wanted to mention. There's a little pre-party planned before the wedding, right?
Yeah, that's what we've planned. I thought I already sent you an invite.
Forget about it. I definitely won't be attending.
Do you have other plans for that day?
Well, it's not your concern, but let's just say I'm not feeling up for it.
What do you mean?
I just feel sick thinking that someone who has an upbringing like you is waltzing into our family pretending to be one of us. It disgusts me.
Hold on, what's going on?
Oh, don't play dumb. You really thought he was special, didn't you? Get off your high horse. Clearly, you never got taught your place. There are families like ours with traditions and wealth, and then there are folks like you who may not grasp the finer points of etiquette.
Wait, are you implying that I'm poor? Where did you get that idea?
I heard you were raised by a single parent. Plus, you didn't pursue a college education and started working after high school, right? It seems like your family couldn't afford to send you to college. You've had a less privileged upbringing.
I don't believe a person's worth is determined by their education.
Don't act like you're more intelligent when you lack a formal education. You probably graduated from a subpar high school and settled for a random job. Education often correlates with earning potential.
Wow, this is a very negative conversation. It appears you form judgments about me. Based on what? Stereotypes? Isn't it more mature to approach people without preconceived ideas?
Watch your mouth. I won't entertain complaints from someone who likely earns less than I do. I hold a PhD in management and earn a 7-figure income.
I'm sorry, but your comparisons come across as quite juvenile. It's disappointing, and I feel sorry for you.
What? Do you even realize who you're talking to? This is why people like you have a bad reputation. You probably depend on the government for support, don't you?
That's why wealthy individuals also face a bad rep. They make unfounded judgments without any evidence. Isn't that the opposite of an educated approach?
Trust me, you'll regret making an enemy out of me.
I tried to be friendly from the beginning, but it feels like you're the one bent on causing friction between us.
Just be a good partner to my brother and keep quiet.
Aren't you older than me? I expected you to be more mature. Unfortunately, I was mistaken. I'll assume the role of the more mature one then. Ugh.
Ugh, shut up. I opposed Sean marrying you from the start, and I have no obligation to become friends just because you're part of the family. I won't be attending your party.
Really? I'm certain that decision won't sit well with anyone. This party is an opportunity for both families to connect.
I don't want to repeat myself, but I don't intend to forge a close bond with you. The idea makes me uncomfortable. Also, I have a demanding role managing a 5-star beauty salon every day. You probably don't comprehend the intricacies of running a business. I envy the free time you might have. Anyway, that's that. I won't be attending the party. In fact, I have no intention of it.
Have you considered how this sounds rather self-centered? Sean and I have organized everything for our wedding. Audrey, please have a conversation with your brother about this.
Caroline, good news. I'll be able to come to the pre-party. I was able to get some time off work, and it all worked out.
Oh, that's great to hear, Mom.
Did you hear back from Sean's sister? You were saying that she was against the party as well as the wedding, right?
Yeah, I can't believe some people. Sean said he was going to take care of it himself. Everything I send to her just gets ignored, so I don't really know what's going on.
I'm really sorry you have to go through that, dear. It's disgusting that there's classism in this day and age just for being a single mother. Maybe things would have ended up differently if I hadn't gone through with the divorce.
Please, Mom, don't take it out on yourself. It was a huge decision. Besides, I don't blame you for going through with it. You made the right choice, breaking up with Dad.
Thank you, sweetie. But being through a divorce really does make things difficult sometimes.
He was a cheater, for God's sake. He didn't even pay for child support either.
Wait, how did you know that?
Mom, I lived with the two of you. I knew something was off. Anyway, I was really grateful that you raised me all by yourself while working a full-time job.
All I could think about was making your life as pleasant as it could be.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Sorry, I shouldn't be bringing up divorce when your wedding is right around the corner. I'm sure it'll all go well.
Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to mention about Dad. I don't plan on telling him that I'm about to get married. It would just be awkward, getting him to come along to the celebrations.
Caroline, about that, I don't know how he heard about it, but I got a text from him asking if he could come along.
No way! You gotta be kidding me.
Regardless of what you choose to do, you'll have my full support, dear. Knowing him, he probably heard rumors that you were marrying the son of the owner of a successful business or something.
I suppose Sean's father does have a lot of connections, being the head of his company and all. This is a pain.
It was awful. I'll show you the text he sent me. I heard that Caroline's getting married to a rich businessman. I'm sure she'll have a great life going forward. I can't believe all he can think about is money, even when it's about his own daughter.
Knowing him, he's probably low on money again.
Anyways, I'm going to leave the decision up to you, Caroline. If anything happens, I will do everything I can to protect you from that man.
Don't worry. I don't have any interest in inviting him to my wedding. I've also heard from Grandma that he'd been asking you for money when he was running low.
Oh, you heard about that too?
That's why you had to work 6 days a week, right? I wasn't much help. I was begging you to learn piano and gymnastics back in elementary school. Anyways, don't worry, Mom. I don't want to deal with him anymore. Didn't he start a new family?
Wow, you really do know everything.
Isn't that the reason why he left you to begin with? The girl he was cheating with got pregnant, so he ended up marrying her. I heard everything from Grandma a few years back, when they thought I was old enough to know the truth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently, I have a stepbrother. Not that that matters, though. Anyways, Mom, isn't your lunch break about to end?
Oh, I guess you're right. There's a lot lined up for me today. I was put in charge of dealing with a huge project to do with future stocks, so I've been stressed all morning. But talking to you has gotten rid of some of that stress.
Fantastic you're leading the project.
I guess so, but it really is too stressful for my liking, and some of my team members just don't want to cooperate at all. I wonder if they think I'm just some bitter old lady.
You're still young, Mom.
Anyways, I really shouldn't be complaining. I'll talk to you later, dear.
You've got this, Mom.
Caroline, it's been a while.
Hi, Audrey. I hoped you received the messages Sean and I sent over the past few months.
Your constant texts were driving me crazy, so I finally decided to respond. Are you satisfied now?
Thanks. I understand that you're a busy woman.
Anyway, I made myself clear. I don't support the idea of my brother marrying someone like you from a single-parent background, and I still don't plan to attend your wedding.
Well, it's true. I was raised by a single mother after my dad left us when I was young, but my mum gave me a loving upbringing.
But you didn't go to college, did you?
I chose a different career path after high school, and my mum had nothing to do with that decision. I don't regret it one bit.
Your decision not to pursue higher education was likely due to your academic performance, right?
I didn't grow up in a poor household.
I'm sure our definitions of poor are quite different. It's all about perspective, you know? Did you at least have a roof over your head?
Of course I had a home growing up.
It's pretty clear to me that you're only marrying Sean because he's set to inherit our family company after my father. You're just a gold digger who got close to him for the money. But I see right through your intentions.
What? I never had any plans to take Sean's money.
I need to have a thorough talk with Sean about choosing women and how he ended up with a moneyless woman like yourself. He needs to get on my level when it comes to choosing partners. You see, I've been thinking about marriage myself recently.
Ha ha, congratulations.
He's 5 years younger than me, but he's quite charming, and he can't seem to get enough of me. And on top of that, he has a high-paying job at an elite company, thanks to his father. Though I'm not really concerned about money. I run a 5-star salon after all. He's definitely a good match for our elite family with a background like that. He even went to Cambridge.
An elite businessman who attended Cambridge? It almost sounds too good to be true.
Trust me, when you're as rich and important as I am, men like him are drawn to you. I can just tell if someone's successful. Successful people tend to attract other successful people effortlessly. I plan to introduce myself to his parents on your wedding day, so don't take it personally if I'm not attending. Even if I were available, I wouldn't come to your wedding.
Quite a coincidence it's on the same day as our wedding.
Well, he insisted on that day. It's tough being a successful woman like me, especially when so many wealthy men are vying for your attention.
I see. So you really won't be attending our wedding?
Why don't you just call off the wedding altogether? My family holds me in high regard, and I'm not sure they'd even want to come without me. I've actually told some of my close relatives that I oppose the whole thing.
Excuse me?
I told my cousins and uncle that you're only after our family fortune. At this point, they view you as a conniving thief, marrying for the money.
You told them that? No wonder Sean's family didn't respond to my texts.
Do you get it now? We live in entirely different worlds. You and your mother don't belong on the same pedestal as equals in a wedding. What if people assume we're part of the working class too?
I see. It's difficult for you to be open-minded.
Open-minded? Look who's talking. It seemed like you were trying to take all our wealth, and I caught on to your scheme before it went any further. No wonder you sound stressed. Could you just cancel the wedding and end all ties? I don't want any of my relatives to pretend to be family with you. What if your misfortune rubs off on us?
You'd better not show up at the wedding.
Why are you telling me not to come now? Isn't this where you should be begging me to attend?
It's evident that we can't get along. You've been condescending to my mom, calling us poor and uneducated, without listening to anything I had to say. Anyways, I'll remove you from the wedding guest list, because I know you'll just bring everyone down.
Perfect. I'm glad we're finally getting this sorted out. Keep in mind that I wasn't lying about how highly my family regards me. If I don't attend, I wonder how many people will still show up. And if you make me your enemy, I doubt my family will be pleased. Enjoy the consequences. Anyway, I have more important things to do than talk to someone from a lower class. How's the wedding? I hope there isn't too much backlash from my family that I'm not there.
I thought that you didn't have time for me.
I just wanted to check in to see how chaotic this wedding of yours had become. I'm sure you could cut the tension in the air with a knife. I'm rooting for you, though.
Huh. Thanks for checking in. Aren't you meeting your boyfriend's parents today?
Oh, right, about that. I got all that sorted last week, but regardless, something came up today, so I wouldn't have been able to go to your wedding. I'm a busy woman, unlike someone.
Oh, I see.
I'm running a 5-star salon. After all, when you're the boss of a company this important, you just always have things to do and places to be, you see? It's safe to say you'd never be able to experience something like that.
Sorry, Audrey, I need to go now. The wedding is about to start.
You know, I work with importing and exporting cosmetics as well.
Cool.
Oh, totally. We just had an offer from a super high-end brand called Glamour to sell their products at our salons. I'm sure you're shocked hearing the name. I mean, who doesn't know them and will be collaborating any time now?
Well, I'm happy for you.
Of course. Something like this is expected when you're on my caliber. But I'm sure I'm gonna meet far more VIPs moving forward when I become good friends with the head of the company. In fact, it just so happens that the boss is going to a wedding today. I didn't get a proper invitation, but I'm planning on showing up just to leave a good impression.
You see, that's actually my wedding. And remember, you're actually not invited anymore. I'm sure you'd love to know. The head of Glamour is my mom.
Wait, what? Hold on, say that again? You're the daughter of the head of Glamour.
I mean, couldn't you tell from the address and dates that were on the invitation? I'm surprised you didn't think something was off, since both weddings overlapped.
I threw it out without reading because your name was on the invitation.
I could have guessed. Wow, I'm shocked you'd even turn up to a wedding uninvited.
I was just going to drop by with my boyfriend and say hello to my client. He's going to be my next secretary after all. I thought it would be good if he had a chance to talk with a client there to leave a great first impression, right?
Well, you've made a terrible impression on me, and I've told my mom everything. She knows that you had no interest in coming to my wedding, and she's seen all of the awful things you've said about me and my upbringing.
Hey, that was all just a figure of speech is all. I didn't even know your mother owned a business.
Well, if you'd had come to the pre-party to greet everyone, maybe you would have figured that one out.
I told you that I worked managing a high-end salon, didn't I? You could have connected the dots and told me. But I suppose this is great news. The fact that you've now joined our family means that I have a direct connection with the owner of Glamour. Everything worked out in the end. My company will benefit greatly from this.
You see, my mum was saying that she wasn't going to go through with the collaboration, that she had no further interest in pursuing any relations with your brand.
Wait, what did you just say? There's no need to cancel things when we've come this far, right?
Besides, she was talking about how risky it would be to collaborate with you.
How would it be risky?
Well, for starters, you have a terrible ego and you always put yourself first. Not only that, but after careful research, I found you've filed for bankruptcy in the past. You've been borrowing money from your own father just to keep the brand alive. So she decided that it wouldn't be wise to work with you.
How did you find out about that?
Well, after high school, I studied abroad in Europe, majoring in commerce and marketing. Now I'm working with my own mother, handling all of the marketing and partnerships for our brand.
You're joking, right?
So obviously, I've done thorough research on your company that I shared with my mom.
There has to be some mistake. That's right. We could always just say we have Glamour products in stock in our marketing and get more customers that way. Besides, it's not like we're actually bankrupt. My father has loaned me that money out of his own pocket so our company doesn't take the hit.
I can tell that you're an amateur businesswoman, since you don't even recognize that borrowing money from your own father is wrong. I'm sure he was the one that built your brand up in the beginning, right? Aren't you embarrassed that you've barely put in any work yourself, and yet you were acting as though you were so important? Though, I wonder how much longer he'd help you out.
Wait, if my father stopped supporting the business, it would be over for us. And to top things off, if the collaboration with Glamour falls through, we'd have no choice but to close permanently. Wait, no, we'll be fine. My boyfriend is an ex-Cambridge student who's an elite businessman, soon to be my secretary. He'll be able to come up with an intelligent plan for getting us out of this situation. I'm sure of it.
You're talking about the son of that one high-end business boss, right? The man who's 5 years younger than you?
Yes. We're gonna be married soon, so please, I'm begging you to ask your mother once again to rethink her choices regarding our collaboration.
I don't think that's possible.
Come on. You could always ask, right?
I'll let you in on a secret. Your boyfriend's father is actually bankrupt himself and has an awful habit of cheating. And to top it off, that boyfriend of yours is a serial gambler who loves to lie.
Wait. Seriously? There's no use lying about things like that.
So you were actually getting tricked by the type of people you hate the most. Poor and powerless.
Hold on. Why do you even know about all of that?
Well, that's simple. That father we are talking about is actually my father. And your fiance is my stepbrother.
No way! You're making this all up. How could you be related to him?
While I was researching your company, I also did a background check on you, which led me to your fiance. They were just planning on getting close to you to steal all your money.
I can't believe this.
My father left our family when I was in elementary school in order to marry the woman he was having an affair with. Then he had a child with that woman. He's jobless, so he's begging my mum for money. He wasn't even paying child support.
Please tell me this is all a lie. How did I get wrapped up in this? How could I possibly be taken advantage of?
If you don't believe me, why don't you do some of your own research? That fiance of yours doesn't have an education past middle school, let alone work experience.
You're making all of this up.
Anyways, I really need to get going. The wedding is going to start any minute. Oh, and your father told me to mention to you, you should prepare for a call later tonight. I'm sure he has a lot he wants to say. And in regards to our collaboration, you'll receive a notification when it has officially been cancelled, so look out for that as well.
Wait, Carolyn, please. We're family now, right? Could you do a favor for your older sister? This company is my life. So please, I need you to ask your mother again to continue with the collaboration. I beg you, please.
No, I don't think so. Goodbye.
Please, you have to help me out. I was in the wrong. I apologize for everything I've done, so please forgive me. Carolyn? Please, I lose everything.
The irony is striking. Audrey, who once insinuated that I would bring poverty, found herself without her father's financial support and lost a valuable opportunity provided by my mother. Predictably, her company crumbled. To make matters worse, my father and stepbrother, who had been seeking financial gain from her, ended up asking her for money. Now that I've pinpointed my father's exact whereabouts, my mother has enlisted a top-notch lawyer to pursue the child support that he had unlawfully evaded for years.